Welcome to our talk show. Before we begin, we would like to make a disclaimer that everything mentioned in this show comes from personal experiences and opinions. We may refer to biblical references and teachings from the man of God, Prophet Philip Banda, but these are also subject to personal interpretation. Our goal is to share our perspectives and experiences, and we encourage our viewers to seek guidance and counsel from trusted sources before making any significant decisions in their lives. Furthermore, the views expressed in this show may not represent the views of Impact for Christ Ministries. We acknowledge that everyone has their own unique journey and circumstances, and what may have worked for us may not necessarily apply to others.
Hey everyone, and welcome to today's show. I am Luto, and today I have with me Litabo.
Hello.
Hi Litabo, how you doing?
I'm good, and you, Luto? Long time.
Long time.
I'm
Good. I'm so happy to do this with you
You look
today.
ravishing.
So do you.
Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day. So today, guys, we are celebrating Women's Day. And so today we're going to talk things all about women today to help us celebrate Women's Day and the reason why we celebrate Women's Day. And on our left, or my left, is we have our panelists. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Charity.
Hi everyone, my name is Chantal.
Hi everyone, my name is Crystal.
All right. So as we know that today is Women's Day, please explain to us, what does Women's Day mean? Okay, by your facial expressions, I will start. So Women's Day to me, it means, like in short, women empowerment. That's what it's celebrating, us as women and the different shapes and forms we come as, the different types of women we are, and just empowering and celebrating who we are.
Okay. For me, I think Women's Day means women who are strong, courageous, women who go through a lot on a daily basis, but who are still strong, who still stand for what they believe in, who still, take care of everything as how,
Women holding it down.
You get my vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's hear what our panelists have to say. Charity, what do you have to say about what's Women's Day?
Well, what I can say is that Women's Day to me means that we're celebrating women's achievements in regardless where you're coming from as women, your achievement, no matter how small or big it is, we're just celebrating women in general.
Well, to me, Women's Day is just a reminder of how far along we have come in our societies or our communities, and honoring women for the safe havens that they are for us.
For me, Women's Day is just another Mother's Day holiday. Mother or not mother, as long as you're a woman, we are celebrating you. So yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So there is a reason why we celebrate this day, especially on the 9th of August in our country.
Okay.
So many years ago in the 1950s, I'm not going to be specific about the year, there was a march.
Yeah.
And so I think past laws just happened in SA, and the women were like, what? Forget about it. We're not tolerating that. And they said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to march to the union buildings. And that is why we celebrate this day to commemorate what they did. For example, one of the women who did it is Helen Joseph. So those of you, the hospital. She was one of the people who marched on that day, on the 9th of August in 1956. So that's why Women's Day is celebrated. It was to march against the especially black women and how they move between urban areas because of passes. Okay, so for those at home, let me explain also what a pass is. So a pass is what happened in apartheid South Africa. People had to call it a dom pass. So it's like an ID you carry with you. So let's say you go from a township and you're going into a suburb. So let's say you like a cleaner or something like that, or you work in the suburbs, you have to carry a dom pass with you to allow you in that area. So it's low-key like a like a passport, I guess, because to have a passport, you need to enter another country. So it's like a passport you had on you just to enter another area. So that's what a dorm pass is. So these got introduced into the country, and this was the legislation that was introduced. And then women were like, we ain't having it. We ain't having it. So that's why we celebrate. And that's what happened. They marched to the union buildings, and they were like, we're not having this. So I don't know if you guys have any add-ons to that.
I learned a lot in that 2 minutes of what you just said. Things that I've only knew like just bits and pieces about, but you've made it more clear on what's Women's Day, what it meant in South Africa. And if you say it was from 1956 till now, I think, yeah, that's kept it standard. People still value Women's Day the way they value Women's Day. For me, it was just a normal day.
Like another public holiday.
Yeah, because like most people we work, so like you can't even feel it.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's another day. All right.
Another public holiday, another day just so I get to
but
stay
when
at
you
home.
get to when you get to know or learn more about what it said, then you're okay. You understand. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
We pushed through.
Yeah, they
We
really
pushed
did.
through.
They
Yeah.
did the things. They walked so we could run. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have any add-ons to that.
Well, that just brought back high school.
Oh.
We left that in high school, the whole entire history story. So, yeah. I also remember who's this Albertina Sisulu.
Oh yeah,
Yes, she was part of the women who was marching the front line.
Yeah.
Chantal,
Yo.
please give us some more names.
We do have.
What a turn in events. Okay then, Chantal, were you ready for that? Because personally, I wasn't.
I was not ready. Thank you, Crystal.
You are most welcome.
She's empowering you. Women
think so.
empowerment.
That was the plan. There's Rahima Musa, Helen Joseph, as you have mentioned, Albertina Sisulu. Did someone mention that already?
Crystal.
Crystal did. Yeah. Do you have any other examples, Charity?
Oh, okay. All right. So let us talk about it. We won't go too deep into it, but like I guess the impact it has on our society today, right? So it's like feminism. Technically, that was I guess. Okay, let me not say the beginning of feminism, but like in essay, but I guess that was one of the big movements as women that has happened in South Africa. We stood together to represent and help one another on something like we were against. So the definition of feminism, according to Google and according to the Oxford Dictionary, is feminism, the belief in social, economic, and a political equality of the sexes. If you listen to Beyonce, you would know this is what it says at the beginning of Flawless. So that is what feminism entails. We won't go to like the extremists, but it's just social economic empowerment of women. So for me, that's what I'm talking about. It's like women empowerment, and like also to celebrate women, all the different inventors who we'll talk about later on, how they've like women who have changed the course of history. For example, equal pay. I'm a firm believer in that, because if we both went to school, we have the same degree and we have the same position, why should you get paid more than me because you're a man?
True. But I feel like in this world today, there are certain guys who also are part of feminism.
Yeah.
So it also makes things easier. There are men who be like, no, I'm not going to wear this. It's too, what should I say, manly or not feminist or something like that. So it also makes things easier on our side, because there are those who stand with us, and there are those men who are like, no, this salary is for men. Like, okay, so what should I get?
Yes.
What should I get? So, but it's encouraging to see men who also believe in feminism, who also believe in Women's Day. I mean, I think there are very little men who literally remember Women's Day as Women's Day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have any add-ons.
As for men that are into the whole feminine thing, the population is actually, for some reason, the population is not that high. Why? Because there are those traditional men who believe that women should do certain things and they can't do some other things. It is believed, some ladies, so they say, that women can do what men can do. And therefore, some traditional men feel like they shouldn't like like pump such ideas into their wives. For example, some cultures, they believe that a woman should not work. They should be a housewife.
Yes.
And therefore you should stay at home, look after the child, clean the house, and so forth.
Yes.
Meanwhile, a woman can actually have a business, a side hustle on the side, and
Yes.
still look after the house.
Yes.
But traditional men will not want that at all.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And therefore, that's why, because of such mentality, the population of men being feminine keeps decreasing.
You think it's decreasing?
Yeah, I feel like it's decreasing because, for example, if a child grows up, for example, a woman gives birth to a boy
Yes.
when they're young, and then they tell them that, you know what, as soon as you get married, your woman should not work. Because why? Your mother's here. She's looking after you. When you wake up, the first person you see is your mother. When you go to school and you come back, the first person you'll see is your mother. Before you sleep, you'll see a glimpse of daddy, but a full mommy the
Yeah.
whole entire time. So therefore, it's going to be in the child's head to be like, okay, mommy should always be at home. You see? And then the child grows up, and when they marry as well, it's going to be like, okay, my child needs to see more of mommy and a bit of daddy. So that's why it feels like, according to my opinion, it feels like the feminine males population has decreased.
Oh, you're all looking at me. I think, okay, I hear where you're coming from. I don't really agree. I don't think it's decreasing. I actually think it's increasing. I think also because of the society we live in. I think because things are so expensive, even if one is not a feminist, but it would make a big difference if your wife or your partner is going out to work. So, but I hear what you're saying. I don't know if you guys have any add-ons on like women empowerment and feminism. I think another thing with feminism has changed. For example, driving. Like I know in some countries it's like illegal for women to drive. Yo, imagine guys, everywhere you wanna go now, you must be asking for a lift. Yo,
Or an Uber.
yo, like so. I think like stuff like that. Even education in other countries, it's like you can't. You know, so I think feminism and women empowerment allows us, it gives us these opportunities to go to school. We can have female doctors. We can have, like you mentioned, female businesswomen. And I think that's great. And we have great women to look up to in such a sense. Be like, oh, I aspire to be like Ban Ban. You know, I aspire to be like this. Or I like one day I want to have my own business. Or one day, I don't know, I want to be a lawyer. So I think that's great. And it's from the thing that happened like with the Women's March in 1956, such a big thing spark from that. Like I said earlier on, they walked so we could run. And then we're running, our kids will sprint. Yeah. You're going to say something, Chantal. Sorry.
Oh,
You
I
still
was just
remember
going to
it.
disagree with what Crystal said. Because, first of all, men had nothing to benefit with feminism. The whole system or the whole topic was created for inclusivity purposes.
Yes.
And to demolish a system that was not equal or that was not benefiting both parties or both sides. And to be honest, I think the numbers are increasing of men who are leaning into that feminine side and letting go, demolishing, totally discarding the idea that they can be
Yeah.
men only. So I think the numbers are increasing, not decreasing.
Yeah. I think maybe where Crystal is coming from, I understand where you're coming from. I think the increase of like the femininity energy is increasing, like you're seeing on social. I just want to be in my feminine energy because I think before the show you mentioned it about like the strong black woman, right? And I think some women want to be that strong black woman. Some other women don't. Like I personally, I don't want to be known as a strong black woman. Me, I'm an egg. Please handle me with care. Like handle me with care. Whereas other women are like, no, I want to be a fierce, strong black woman. So I think the thing of the increase in like being in your feminine energy, and I just want to be in my feminine energy, even though that can be misconstrued and like I do get that like people can interpret that without proper guidance. So I think there is an increase in like women wanting to be women and stuff like that, but I don't know if you guys agree with that. Like even like a passenger princess, that's you being in touch with your feminine? Why should you be driving everywhere when you can be driven?
Is it, or is it just laziness?
Come again?
Is it tapping into your feminine energy, being a passenger princess, or is it just laziness?
I think it's not laziness, but I think it's femininity. Because if you do know how to drive, right, and you have your own car, you just, for example, like, it's nice to be driven. I don't know if it's,
It
but
is, but I feel like it works also towards to be independent.
Yes.
Doing you, knowing how to do your own thing at your own time.
Yes.
Not relying on someone to, like, you can ask for help, but sometimes it's nice to be like, okay, let me just go and do this.
Yeah.
Let me not,
Yeah.
you know, I realize I feel like if you be comfortable in being
Yes.
driven, there's
Yes.
comfortability,
Yes.
there's comfort, there's
Yeah.
danger in that area, because
Yeah.
now you will never want to
Be-
drive again.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are most people who say they have forgotten how to drive
Yeah.
before, and then they have to restart driving again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
I think that's why I'm like, the option to be, I think it's nice to have the option to be driven, but also be a woman who knows how to drive. Like, for example, I know how to drive. I know how to, but when I do get driven, I appreciate it. Even if I'm being driven by my female friend, I'm like,
that's
yes.
because you're always driving.
Yeah, bro,
And you
I
drive fast. I've seen you. You drive so fast.
It's true. Guys, at the back, you're agreeing.
But I want to hear what Charity has to say. She's awfully quiet, my dear.
Oh no, I'm loud in my mind.
Share
Share
your
with
thoughts.
Share.
Well, guys, with me, I personally think women empowerment, feminism starts at home, basically.
Yes.
So we have this tendency of thinking that when you grow up without a dad, you become this type of woman when you grow up and stuff like that. But with me, I feel like it starts from home, basically. Your parents, either your mom or dad, empowering you.
Correct.
How you are taught.
You know, teaching you at home to stand up for yourself as a woman. Not to fight, but like, of course, you're a woman. When you're a woman, this is what is expected from you and stuff like that when you're growing. So I think, personally, I relate to that. Growing up with my mom really empowered me to become the person I am today, woman I am.
Shout out
going
to your
become
mom. Shout out to
the
your
woman
mom.
I'm becoming. I feel like she really played a role in it, in the way I carry myself.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big person of feminism and stuff like that. I believe in equality, both men and women. Equality, whether I work in a hospital environment. If there's a female doctor, I expect the female doctor to be treated the same way as
The
you
male
treat
to the
the male doctor as well.
Correct.
But there are patients who say, I trust male doctors more than the female doctors.
Yeah.
Kind of get offended, but I understand.
like, yeah.
But I that's where I'm coming from. I believe that women empowerment starts from home. Parents should, when you know that you're giving birth to a girl,
Yeah.
it starts there.
Yeah.
Empower them from a young age,
Yeah.
so that they don't become problem in the society when they grow.
True. Do you have any add-ons into
I
that?
actually have an example,
Yeah.
like an experience where, like, it's, I don't know if I should say, where some men or some guys feel entitled, as in, like, a woman should clean this, a woman should do this. It was one time at work, it was dirty. So usually when you're done eating,
Yeah.
you should clean after yourself. But then there was, my manager was like, no, you have to be women around here. So we're only 2 women. You have to be women around here and you have to clean. And I'm like, excuse me. We both have the same title, the same thing. So
Yeah.
you can't say, I didn't eat this.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I can't clean this. I can't clean after men. If it was my household,
Yes.
but not at a workplace. So I'm like, you can't tell people that I'm a woman. Okay,
Yeah,
what
so you
are you
should
trying to just
clean.
say? Please clean this.
Yeah.
I will gladly
Don't
do
be
it.
like you're a woman.
You're a
clean
woman. You
this.
should clean this. This place must be clean. Like, I'm lost.
I'm lost. So I think that's like a good example. I don't know. I haven't
That's
experienced.
it.
No.
You will see things when you're a woman.
Well, I've seen. I don't.
And it's
see-
crazy because it's at a young age. I mean, if it was at an older age, I would say, okay, yeah. But
Yeah.
like young, and you're like,
Yeah.
God, is this how you want to shape me? All right.
This is just God. This is you dealing with my character.
You know.
So as part of our like girls talk, I think another thing we can maybe talk about is like peer pressure we face as women or like Christian women. I don't know if you guys have like certain examples or things you've gone through. Oh, you said there is. Okay, let's have all.
No, I mean, like, there is. I've seen other people. Let our panelists share with us.
Okay, please go go deeper. What do you mean by peer pressure? As
Peer pressure that as Christian women face. Maybe it's like it's good, but maybe dress code sometimes. Like as this is how you need to dress. This is which I think like it's good. Like Christian women, we should be modest. We should be this and 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 this. But then it's like Christian women, especially we'll touch a bit of it. Like in this dating culture we're in, this hookup culture we have. So I think as Christian women, or maybe it's just me personally, where I've faced that, like I just met someone and date two, you're already expecting something from me because of the hookup culture we live in. And I feel like as Christian women, yes, it's waiting for marriage, and if that's not your thing, maybe you being abstinent or you're just like holding out, right? So I think that's a thing that as Christian women we face that. And but my personal belief is, dog, if this is the reason you're gonna stay, like you know the door, like I'm not like you can leave. So I think that's something as Christian women we face, especially when it comes to dating and stuff like that. So I mean pressures like that. Or another example, okay, not just Christian women, I think as Christians, let's say someone did something to you, then they're like, what would Jesus do? They expect you to be weak because you're a Christian, or you're supposed to just let things slide. And you're like, actually, I come from the south side of heaven. I'm going to beat you.
You can't beat. Well, you can, but you can't.
Like, I'm going to beat you, so don't come here. No, what would Jesus do? Jesus would flip this table.
You know, for me, for me, when you sit with, let's say, your circle, I'll mostly say friends.
Yeah.
I think that's where the important thing is. What is my circle teaching me? What do we talk about with my circle?
Yeah.
Because there are those people who only talk about boys.
Yeah.
And then what's that going to benefit me?
Yeah.
I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know where your mind's at, you know? What do you think business-wise? I want to know what you think job-wise, school-wise.
Yeah.
But when you talk about school, you're boring. When you talk about work, you're boring. When you talk about God, you're boring. Like, then then it all starts with the circle around you. You know? And doesn't mean when we're like this and we are all going from church, we can't talk about what happens outside. Because we all face things that happen outside.
Yeah.
And another thing that peer pressures women in this day and age is social media.
Yes.
Firstly, it's like starts with a simple thing as clothing. If I see this, I'm going to go buy it. I saw it on Instagram. I'm going to go and buy it. I will look for it everywhere. So for women, it's everywhere. It's there's competition where there shouldn't even be competition. It should be empowering. It should be learning. You should be talking about, hey, I saw this nice post for work. You could be good at it. I saw this school. They're taking things. You understand?
Yeah.
But instead, it's mostly about pressures that are not even important. Dating. At some point we do talk about, okay, let's talk about boys. Oh, this. Oh, you can advise, no, man, this time, no, it's not the good time. Parties, not today, I don't feel well. But instead, if you don't go to a party, you're boring. If you don't do this, you're boring. So I think also women sometimes, they have a problem. But it's Women's Day. Yeah.
I feel like there's so much pressure as a woman when you are... Guys, have you noticed that when you're together as a woman, there's so much competition than when guys are together when the guys are together. Like, when you're with a girl, when you're in a group of girls, it's either you're looking at their dress code, their hair, or you'll be like, oh my word, did you see on social media that and that happened? There's always that kind of like gossip. You can't actually enjoy, well... It seems like I'm revealing myself, but I'm not revealing myself.
It's okay. It's a safe space.
I have noticed that when there's a group of girls, they usually like gossiping. They usually like comparing each other. They usually like it's always about what you don't have, either than what you have, or if you do have, it's mine is better than yours. And when it's with guys, they're just chilling there and they're talking about things that are so chilled. Something like soccer. Okay, that topic can go forever, but they so enjoy it. And it's so chilled. Then ladies, they're so competitive. Oh, Lord. Please take over.
Okay, yeah.
With me, I feel like as women, the pressure that we face.
Yeah.
I feel like as women
Yeah.
nowadays, we
Yeah.
don't have a backbone to be you. You understand? You're influenced by either celebrities, by outside influencers to be this type of way because you think it's cool to be in that type of. But I feel like I'm going back now to parenting,
Yeah.
as in starting at home, knowing that this is who I am, and I'm not going to be influenced by the world. If the world thinks wearing a skirt these days is not nice,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna wear a skirt because, well, it's nice for me. That's who I am. I
Yes,
believe in
yes.
skirts. I don't wear trousers.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that should be taught to these junior coming females and women and stuff like that. I feel like we don't have that backbone. We don't have a leg to stand on anymore. Instead, I will dress this way because I saw Mihlali wearing this, and because Mihlali wore this, I'm also gonna wear this. You can't think out of the box and say, I found my style and I'm gonna stick to this style because this is what I'm comfortable in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I fell.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't know why, but for some reason, women are just conditioned to feel like they want to be chosen. We all have that longing to be chosen.
Yes.
Whether it's by our male counterparts at work, we just want to be seen. We just want to belong and feel like the prize at the end of the day. Hence, we do our hair a certain way. We dress a certain way. We invest our time in certain things. You'd even become mothers just for the sake of keeping someone and saying, they chose me to be the mother of their child. They chose me to be their wife. They chose me to be the leader of this society or community. And that is a bit toxic. And piggybacking over what Charity said about how we are raised, I think it starts there, where we are coming from. Why do we feel like we always need to compete with other women? I feel like I need to be ahead of her because I want to be picked. I want to be seen before she is.
Yeah.
And yeah, no.
So do you think like competition is one of the pressures we face as women?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
So I have a question from our comments section. Please keep them coming, guys. So I have a question from Luke. Luke says, just hold on for me. Oh no, wait, there's a question that says, do you think women are given their deserving recognition in society compared to men? So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment as we come back from our ad break.
Okay, so we'll answer that question and we'll be right back.
Sexual immorality is found only outside of the marriage covenant. This sexual immorality, fornication is involved. And what is fornication? Sex between an unmarried person and anyone else. Adultery is sex between someone who's married and someone other than their spouse. Evil woman adulterer, strange woman, prostitute. You can experience sex God's way, or you can experience sex the world's way, Satan's way. Which one do you prefer? When you go the world's way, the prostitute's way, you will not know how to resist the prostitute and the adulterers. The world's way will not lead you to married life, to God's partner. There's nothing wrong. 20 to 30 years, you are settled. But now we start settling when you are 45. When all type of makeup cannot make you up. When you start this way, the world's way, you destroy the capacity to love the right one.
Thank you for staying tuned and welcome back. So Litabo was reading a comment before we went to a break.
Okay.
Is technology letting you down?
My technology is out there. But I will get back to that question.
Okay.
Can I just pose another question? I see Linda Williams is on it. She's busy on it. Linda says, if you are saying men and women are equal, does the same apply for men and women working in construction sites? If a man is expected to lift heavy cement, does it mean the women should also do the same?
Okay, so for me personally, right? So obviously I understand there's certain things as women, like our bodies, they say "Tsima that thing." They're saying "Tsima, tsima, tsima, tsima," you're not strong enough for that. When we're talking about equality, so let's go to the construction example, right? So there's a man and a woman, and they both have the same title in that construction business. They should be paid the same. That's why we're talking about equality, because they're doing the same role and at the same capacity, right? Then maybe something can change because one is doing maybe more work than another, and then to be rewarded, like, here's a raise. That's in the sense what we mean by equality. If you're doing the same thing, then you should be both rewarded at the same thing. If you have the same qualifications and you have the same years of experience, you should be paid. That's my personal opinion. You should be paid the same.
Yeah.
The difference when someone is asked, why is someone getting paid more than me? The answer shouldn't be, it's because he's a man. It can be no, because he's hardworking, or he has more experience.
True.
But if it's the same qualification, same experience, same WhatsApp group in mind. That's what we mean. I don't know if that helps.
Does any of our panelists
Have any add-ons to that? And Linda's
As
questions.
a woman, where are you going, knowing that you won't lift heavy things?
No, but I remember that people are passionate about mining.
Well, you should consider that as well when you're going into it.
Okay.
Shouldn't you?
Let me make an example. You are in your house. You are cleaning. You have this heavy table that you cannot even pick. Are you going to call your husband if you have one, or your neighbor, or what are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm going to make a plan. Until
Yeah,
I
I think
started
women-
it, I must finish it.
There is where we can ask for help. I feel like the question is valid. She has a point, but this applies in a workplace, meaning, like Luto said, equality, like we both work the same work. But if we both work the same work, I can't come and say, oh no, but this is too heavy, come and pick it up. We both work the same work, right?
Exactly my
So I must
point.
pick it up as a woman.
As a woman, you chose that career. You knew what you were getting into.
But there are some ladies who can pick up some men.
True.
Yeah, there are women who are
There are
they are
some
very
women-
strong, and you're like I don't
Exactly.
know if you've seen like heavy like women. Okay, so there's like what's it called? A dumbbell, not a dumbbell. The thing where you exercise and you pick it up.
Yeah, it's a dumbbell.
Yeah.
A dumbbell. Is it called a dumbbell?
Weights.
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 That you see, I don't gym, so I don't know these
Gym
things.
people, weights.
So weights, like you get women who can pick up like
Yeah.
weights, and I'm like,
Don't
girl,
forget those who carry water, guys, from the village.
exactly.
Water is very heavy.
Especially when you're walking that long distance.
I know.
Yeah. So I think it depends. So that's what we mean by equality. I don't know. Are there any more comments? Any more questions?
Okay, the question, Luto, you were coming for me. I remember the question that was asked. The question that was asked was said, do you think women are given their deserving recognition in society compared to men?
Okay, my personal opinion. I think the appreciation for women is increasing, but I think it's increased a lot. Like think about a very big contrast to compared to Mother's Day and Father's Day. Okay, obviously there are like certain roles that happen and that play as to why
I didn't
father.
think you'd go that route, but okay.
Yeah, like Father's Day and stuff like that. I understand because because like some people don't have like fathers or like they have absent fathers and stuff like that. So that does play a role.
You touched a nerve.
I'm so sorry to the person.
You touched a nerve.
I'm so sorry. I do think like women being appreciated in society is increasing in my personal opinion, because like even the Tabu, you said that men can also be like feminists and
Yes.
stuff like that. I think it's increasing. Even for example, birth, men are so much more appreciative. Well, it seems like it, of that process of birth. Let me not say compared to 100 years ago, but compared to how they are showing it in the perspective, because I generally don't know how it was because I wasn't around. So from the perspective they're showing us when we read stuff and or watch documentaries, or you read books or you read articles on like in the 1800s, because technically a woman's role was just to give birth, and it was just like that's what all you do. As where now men really appreciate that. Men respect women for that. Men are like, wow, as women you guys do this and this and this, so I do think as women we are being appreciated more and more in society. I don't know if anyone has any add-ons, if anyone disagrees, or you think they should give us more flowers.
You're cooking. You're cooking.
I agree with Luto. I feel like women now are given the recognition they deserve. We can take it workplace environment. You find leaders, women, managers, women, matrons are women,
Business owners,
HODs are women. I feel like now the only stress is that we get pregnant. We get pregnant.
You had to do that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, but other than that, I feel like we are promoted. We are given the opportunity to share. I've seen it. We're given the opportunity to share our mindsets. We're given the opportunity in business. I feel like now it's way better because judging from today, a lot of people were wishing us Happy Women's Day. Men.
Yeah.
It wasn't even woman to woman. It was men wishing us Happy Women's Day, posting us, taking us out, appreciating us and stuff like that.
Charity, who took you out, girl?
I'm not spilling the beans.
Which is nice. I think that's so true. I think women today, I think we do actually have a voice. I think it's great that we're being heard. I'm gonna end my
But
comments
I
there.
also like that it's not only like women growing in workplaces. They are going out to do their own thing. They are starting their own thing. They are empowering and employing other women, which is very nice, because you don't get that most, but you get it, but you don't get it. But it's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very encouraging as well and inspiring, because it also encourages us as young ladies to believe that we can become we can do better than our mothers did. And then we can also become we can inspire our little ones as well. Yes. So it really gives hope. There's that hope, that there's that spark of hope.
Yeah.
There's no flame as yet, but there's that spark, and that's all you need, to just pick yourself up and keep on going.
Spoken like a true mother.
Correct. Oh hell yeah.
So, yeah, and I think even with like Prophet himself, I've seen Prophet encourage, no, start your own business.
Yeah.
And he's even encouraging us to start your own business. Anyone, if he was like, find a gap, find your talent and start. And he encourages every one of us, whether we male, whether we female, old and young. Like even at church, we have female leaders, we have female pastors, we even have women where Prophet's like, no, go start your own business.
Yeah.
And I think that's even like right here at home. We get someone who's, like Charity said, it starts from home. Like there's someone encouraging us.
And I feel like with all the help our spiritual father has been doing, you even forget that you never grew up with the father.
Yeah.
The one who was touched.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question that disappeared from the comments, but Linda Williams is my fighter. She posed that question. Shout out to you.
Come, Linda, I love it.
So that question was, does the pressures of hookup culture, I think this is for you because you spoke about hookup
I spoke
culture.
about the hookup culture.
Does the pressures of hookup culture come from Christian men or non-Christians? Word, hectic. With the K.
Hectic. I don't know. I think maybe non-Christian men would be like, because maybe, but it's the same as daughters mean daughters.
But mostly comes from the non-Christians.
Yes, but it mostly comes from non-Christians because Christian men do understand the impact of sex, like soul ties and stuff like that. Of soul ties and stuff like that. So especially with non-Christian men, I don't, because other people's sex is just sex, right? To other people or to non-Christians. And when you are a Christian, you understand like the spiritual impact of just sleeping around. So I don't know if I'm answering your question. So yes, the pressure would probably come from non-Christian men.
Okay. Can I read more? You want to add? No, you look like you want to say
If you want to
something.
add.
I got you, girl. You can say it. Okay, we have another comment from Stationary Boutique. Okay. Does being a modern day feminist contradict with biblical values? So as Christians, should we be supporting modern feminism? My second question, isn't modern feminism softening men?
Oh, okay.
Should I read it again or you
No, so I think what's happening, right? I'm going to touch it briefly and then I don't want us to get too political. I don't want, So I think what's happening with what's happening is that unfortunately women are rising up and becoming the men they wanted. So true. Wait, I see people in the back so what happens is, let's do an example, right? There is the rise of, let's say, a single mom. Right? So she was with someone, and usually it takes two to tango, right? And then this person decides to step out, right? So she has to step into the role of being both a mother and a father to this child, as much as she cannot fully be a father, because obviously she's not a man. So she has to try by all means to be both mom and dad to that person. So that's what I mean, that women are ending up being standing up to be the man they wanted. So she has to, like, okay, what would a man do in this situation? Let me provide for my kids. She would have loved to be like provided for and stuff like that, but then he stepped out. So she had to fill in the gap. That's what I mean. I'm not trying to come for men. You guys don't. I'm not hating men. I hope that the people in the studio, I hope you're happy with my answer, and it makes sense.
Litaba, please read the question again.
Okay, all right. But there's this one that's
interesting.
She's saying, my second question, isn't modern feminism softening men?
It is.
First one that you
It
read.
is.
But I think it is.
Okay. I don't want to ask because you are hitting us.
Me?
Yeah, you are there. Tell us, why do you think
Oh,
it
why
is?
do I think it is? I think because like I mentioned, right, with or like because of the society we live in, that both a man and a woman can work, which I think is cool. And if you can, then your person can be, you can be a stay-at-home mom, but it can make men like men, they can relax, right? I don't know, there's even it's not like it's happening here in Africa yet, but have you seen, like, there's a trend where I've seen on social media of like stay-at-home dads, and the woman is the one providing, and he's the one staying at home.
Doesn't really,
Like, I'm not disagreeing for fathers being involved in their kids' lives and stuff like that, but I'm saying there's also, but yes, to a certain extent, it is softening men, because she can be like, and it's true, I also have that mentality. If you're not gonna do it, I'll do it myself. Sharp.
Yeah, but you know, we're talking about the rights of like good things for women, but also women, also we can push men away.
Yes, which is true, we can.
Because if now I'm independent, I can do everything for myself.
Yes.
I don't need you. Or I want a man who gives me 10,000 rands a month. I want a man who gives me.
Yeah. So there's also
Keep dreaming. Where are you gonna?
which
They
is true.
but
So then there's also
yeah,
that.
so us, we need to take down a notch.
That's why there's toxic.
We don't allow them to take their places in life because we want to take
their place.
their place.
Yes,
because
which is
already
so true.
it's good to be independent. I like it,
Yeah.
but I don't think you should now show it to him that I can do it.
So you know what
Or
I
even
think.
in the workplace, I don't think I can show you. Okay, you know what? I have my own everything. I have my own what.
Yeah.
Being humble with everything you have, and
Yeah.
still keeping the same personality, the same person you are as a woman, can make you be respected by
Yes,
men.
it's true. That's
You
why
know?
I just like this toxic masculinity. There's also toxic femininity. It goes on both ends. It's not just a one-sided coin. It's a double-sided coin. So just like, for example, men can be extreme, like believe in the patriarchy and what, just as females can be extreme, like feminists.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it.
At the same time, there's an advantage and a disadvantage. Sorry.
Okay.
At the same time, there's an advantage and a disadvantage on it.
Yeah.
Some can say that it is softening men.
Yes.
Some can say that it is hardening men.
Oh, okay.
At the same time, like you have said, that some are stay home dads.
Yeah.
Yes. Meanwhile, back in the days, women used to be a stay home moms,
Yeah.
which were called housewives.
Yes.
So now it's called husband. House husband. you know?
Yes.
Exactly. And therefore, there's an advantage and a disadvantage. I don't know if you see it, guys. English is just passing by right now.
Okay.
With me,
Yeah.
I feel like as a woman, women are different.
Yes.
Please, guys, we're not all the same. Women
Yes.
are different.
Yes.
With me personally, I'm gonna talk about myself. Let's say I'm in this dating world. I'm dating somebody. With me, I struggle to ask for something.
Yeah, same.
Like I cannot ask you to give me money for my hair. As a man, you should be able to provide that. You should be able to see, okay, this woman, she's my girlfriend. She will obviously need money to do her hair. I will not ask you. That doesn't mean that I do not recognize you as a man, but I will not ask you. I feel like I will not ask you to give me money for my hair.
My sister.
But that I can do it for myself. I can
Yeah.
do my own hair. But as a
I get
man,
that
shouldn't you be able to say, okay, when do you want to do when do you want to do your hair? Give me money. This is for your hair. Why
Yeah.
should I be the
It
one
should
to
be
ask?
like volunteer. I get
I'm not
what you're
saying that. I'm saying that you're not man enough because you're not giving me money and stuff like that. Or I'm all this because I can do all these things for myself. I'm not able to ask. Just provide for me.
But now in the pride.
It's not pride. I'm not able to ask.
No, but you
Okay,
teach. You
any-
teach.
Okay. Any comments, Chantal? Any comments?
Okay, there's this.
Chantal.
There's this one question. Does being a modern day feminist contradict with biblical values?
Yes.
How
It
so?
does a lot. Yo, for example,
Proverbs 31.
You both want to say something.
for example, let's just look at the basics. How we dress as modern Christians.
Oh yeah.
You cannot. I'm not judging anyone. You can wear your crop tops. I'm just saying it's an
Yeah.
example. I'm a Christian girl, a
Yes.
modern one,
Yes.
compared to Abomer. They cover themselves, they respect themselves, they say, okay, I respect that my body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. With us these days, we are we can, what's the word? We can, no, I forgot the word that I wanted to use, but we can say, it's okay, I'm being myself. I can dress, I can wear short things. It's okay. I can still, but it doesn't correlate. Being a Christian and wearing short things and revealing yourself. Where is my body is the temple of the Holy Spirit in there. So there is that thing to say being a modern Christian and the way we carry ourselves is so different from the way they used to do it back in the days. We are more understanding. We say we compromise. We say, oh, it's okay. I can do this because I can, it's nowadays. But where is the meaning of Christianity in that? Where is the Christianity going? Where did it go? The meaning of real Christianity in the way we dress. I'm just making an example in the way we dress.
Yes.
It's not the same as before.
Yeah. Okay, just to probe you with that, but do you not think the way we dress is that's a topic for another day, but I do think that yes, that it gets lost in that, no, I'm a feminism, so I should just wear short things, and we think that is what it truly means to be a feminist, which I personally don't think that's what it means to be standing for women empowerment by dressing like that. But let's go back in the days, maybe because back in the days they were more modest than today, so maybe that was a contribution to that.
For me, I feel like how we dress now as feminists to back then, we dress to arouse certain things in men. Then back then it was all about respecting yourself, and the more you respect yourself, the more mind you, the way you dress, it really tells more about who you are and where you're coming from.
Yes.
And therefore we dress in a way that it arouses certain things into men, and then they start looking at it a certain way, and then we start blaming them. You see, and rather than back in the days, it was all about covering every single detail. Nothing should show out. If you have been improving certain parts of your body, no one will know about it, and nobody will see any improvement. Rather than now, someone will know that someone has been working out. Like she said, crop tops.
Yeah.
You see, so I feel like there is a very huge difference. Huge difference, guys. The gap is like so huge that you can see.
Okay, do you have any questions,
I have
Chantal?
a question I've been dying to ask.
Wait, before you go to the question, I know what you're going to ask us. Okay, just as we're talking about women and celebrating things, I just wanted to do like a did you know section. So we just want to celebrate some women inventors. All right, if you have, share. If you don't have, it's alright. It's okay. I also read this stuff. So we just want to just shout out to the women who have contributed to our society and who have helped make our life easier. So story time. So we have Grace Hopper. Grace Hopper helped create basic coding. So shout out to her. Otherwise we'd not have our website. Okay, maybe someone else would have done it, but she did it. She helped with basic coding that we need for websites, for what we need for coding our computers. So like shout out to Grace Hopper. And then we have Esther. I'm so sorry, Esther. I cannot say your surname, but Esther Tekuchi. Esther Takuchi invented the battery to power an ICD. So shout out, because batteries. She is someone who helped create. Well, I guess she paved the way to our modern day battery. So that comes from a woman. And then Stephanie Kolick invented the material used in bulletproof vests.
Nice.
And another inventor we have Mary Elizabeth. Actually, very interesting fact is that the windshield wiper was invented by a woman.
Nice.
So for you to be able to see and swing in the rain, that was invented by Mary Elizabeth. So she invented the windshield wiper. And then we have Mary van Britten Brown. She helper was creating. Okay, never mind. Sorry. And then we have Sarah Bourne, who helped create the modern day ironing board. So I don't know if you guys have any One, they don't even have to be inventors. It could just be women who have done the things in different. No one.
Guys, we have to recognize the mother who came up with nursing. Guys, we wouldn't be able to have OPJ if it wasn't for Mam Tesh.
Yes.
So, shout out to Mam Tesha.
Correct. Yes. Anyone else? Any shout outs? No. Okay, ask us a question.
Which one? I'm gonna ask the question joyfully and gladly. Yeah.
Go
Who
ahead,
is the
Thabo.
woman who empowers you in the Bible? I've been meaning to ask that question.
Okay, so mine, I'll start, is Ruth.
Okay.
Because Ruth, her story shows the benefiting from loyalty, how she was she was still loyal to her, can I say ex-mother-in-law, because the person she was married to passed away, and then she still remained tied with her mother-in-law. She said, "This is my girl," and she says, "Wherever you're going, girl, I'm going with you." So I think from the story of Ruth, loyalty. Yeah, the story of Ruth, loyalty and
Chantal?
waiting.
I'll definitely go with Esther because the courage of one person can literally change the destiny of an entire nation.
Yeah.
She stood up and said, I'm going to do this. I was born for such a time as this. And who am I to deny myself from such greatness? I'm going to go ahead and climb this mountain and become great. So
Yes.
definitely.
Charity.
Thought you guys were gonna Oh, there's so many, but for me, Sarai stands out for me because what a woman, so submissive that she would follow her husband to from nowhere to somewhere. You know what I mean? We don't see that nowadays, where we say we will take a man with nothing and I'll follow you. And I believe in you. We want men that have something already.
Like, imagine your husband's like, I got a call from God and he's called me to this foreign land.
Imagine that.
Foreign land. Yeah. So I think
all the
nice things. Living nice. Like, we're not too up and live. Like, it's very true. Like, shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
Crystal.
I think I'll go with Hannah.
Oh, okay. No,
Okay.
you copied. You copied mine.
Okay, I think I'll go with the prophetess.
No, why don't
don't
let Thabo
change.
pressure you.
It
Remember
can,
talking
mean, it
about
can
pressure.
mean different things for both of
No, guys, I actually took Hannah because Litavo told me about it.
Thank you. Being a woman is being honest.
So I'll be honest, Deborah. Deborah was a prophetess, and she was a very true woman of God. I can't go deep into it, but there's that thing about her, guys. There's that thing about her that that just stands out for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
mine
yours
is
is-
Hannah.
And why?
Hannah.
Why is Hannah yours?
No, Hannah is the lady who prayed in
Uh-huh.
ancient Shiloh for a son.
Mm.
So it's not because of a son that takes away, that is my takeaway. It's because she had faith of something that would happen even after so long. It's so patience, praying, being steadfast, being consistent with prayer. That's why
Okay.
it stood up for
All right.
me. So please admit that my question was the right question, because you're all saying, you're all touched. You are all touched.
Okay.
Reminded.
So as you're about to close off the show, I know one last question from me, ladies.
Okay.
What does it mean to you to be a woman in 2023 or the 21st century?
I mean, because you're all beautiful.
So what
you
does it
are all beautiful.
mean to you
Lito,
to be
you
a
are
woman?
littering.
Correct, as always.
Ah!
I'm the
Word.
Mermans.
Word.
So I think what, to me, being a woman, for me, in the 21st century, and being a modern day woman, a modern day Christian, is that I can be myself. The world's gonna adjust.
Yeah.
And I can really do things with God, and and God will God can God
be godding.
God be Godding. So I think that's what it means to be I think that's what it means to be a woman today, and as a Christian woman, and doing all things for God's glory. That's what it means for me.
What it means to me to be a woman in 2023 is not to be defined by outside whatever, but to know who I am and to stand up for the true meaning of myself.
Yes.
And it also means being independent. Sorry guys, but to be independent, to be independent, to take space. I mean, to take charge and to remember that I don't have to depend on anyone else but God.
Yeah.
And just basically that's what it means to be a woman for me. Looking beautiful, slay,
Correct.
smell good,
Her.
yeah, of course, yeah, and just staying true to yourself, yeah, and not being influenced by anyone outside, yeah.
Being a woman in 2023 looks like finally having a voice,
Yeah.
being given a platform, being given opportunities to always expand and to grow and to be better than the women that came before us, to finally have the opportunity to establish something that can carry on and live on after you, as opposed to a lot of us who came here and found nothing. We had to start from the ground up. So we finally have that voice and the opportunity to even use our beauty to draw people in for a good cause.
Correct.
Yeah.
Crystal?
What it means for me.
Shy.
This woman.
Okay, being a woman in 2023 means that, you know what, I can inspire, I can encourage, I can become, and I can stand, and I can be for the sake of the one who's watching me, the one behind me. So it's all about watching what I do, but also enjoying what I do.
Yeah.
So that the one behind me, she also enjoys it. And she's also encouraged and inspired. And knowing that she can do it. Not because other people say that you're a woman and you can't do it.
Yeah.
But because you are encouraged and inspired and you have it inside you have a fire
Yes,
that you want to
girl.
go and light that matches up.
Tell us,
So-
girl.
She's going for it. Actually, they are going for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for you, Litabo?
Me, okay, I'm not gonna say what I wanted to say. Because no, I have a very good reason. Because Dumo Mabena commented something, and we're not gonna further elaborate. I'm just gonna read that comment because it really stands out. It's rather a quote or rather something like that. Men and women are not equal. These are God-given roles at the end of the day. If men and women would humbly submit to God's word, then striving about equality would cease. The genders would complement each other, and the harmony that God ordained would flourish. That is nice.
Amen.
That is nice. You know that. That is nice. I won't lie. So that's yeah. That shows he's a feminist. But anyways. I'm joking, no. He's not a feminist. He's a child of God. No, he's a child of God. I'm joking. He's a child of God. Thank you, Dumo.
So basically, guys, we're changing the game as women.
Yes.
Let's change the game.
What's-
Let's go out there
We're breaking the glass.
and
What's-
take up space and
Correct.
take charge.
Correct.
Let's take the land.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
We as
Tamo,
women.
what does it mean to be a woman to you? No, elaborate. We all shared.
Okay, since we're closing, what does it mean to be a woman to me? Me, it brings standing up for yourself. Because for me, at times, if something bothers me, I don't like saying it. I just ignore it. You know, my peace is way. But
You
standing
must
up
fix
for
it
myself.
because things like that. One day he'll say something small and then blow up. You see?
I'm joking. No.
Yeah.
No, but it's standing up for yourself, standing for what you believe in, standing for who you are, living God's principles in your life, practicing them in your life and showing them outside. So they shouldn't see what's outside of you, they should see what's inside of you. Not being ashamed that you're a church person, you're a prayer person. So yeah, let me not go deep into it because we need to love you and leave you guys.
Yeah. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much for watching us today. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Let's go.
Bye.